Hi, welcome back to Tene-In-Art. This is part 2 for the Circle in Circle Doodle art making process. So we left off in the first video where we have completed the second or third blue circle with those clusters of circles. I haven't thought about what exactly I'm going to do. I'm actually just thinking about the basic elements of art and how I can stay true to my habit of telling students to diversify with the simple things or the basic things that they already know to get a beautiful, simple, shape-based design. So right now I'm going over some of the circles that I've already drawn with a black ink pen, like double layering it so that the lines that make that circle can become a little bit thicker. And this one is not the only one that I'm going to be doing that to. I'll be doing it to a few others, but I guess I could have gone a little bit more into it with the pen to really make it stand out. So the process is unique for each artwork that anyone creates, and it's just really important, I think, for you to enjoy that process, or for anybody who's making the artwork to enjoy the art making process. Anyway, let's press on to the next best thing or the next great thing about art making in general. So this artwork started out quite nicely with the different circles, and then having combined all of those, they added different elements, and we spoke about my liking for a lot of details as of late, or patterns. So that's why I'm going into this one with some more patterns here in this other circle that I haven't colored in any particular color just yet. Let's see what is going to become of this circle compared to the other circles, because it's all about enjoying what kind of patterns I can come up with, even though they aren't exactly the same pattern, or it's exactly a symmetrical design. It's still something that I can appreciate as handcrafted, and I tend to think handmade stuff have a kind of charm, even when you try to make it look like symmetrical, meaning one half or one side look exactly like the other. And it's handmade, each of the lines that are made are like perfect in their own way, even though they might be the same-ish, they're still somewhat different, and that's fine. Now, one of the things that I want to point out in this video that maybe not a lot of persons noticed, and you can feel free to replay it if you want to take a look at it again. There were some mistakes that were made, and you're gonna see the results, or rather the implications of those mistakes, or rather of the method that I tried to use to fix it. You don't have to use this method. I don't recommend this method at all. Actually, this is probably the first time I'm attempting to do it that way. So I didn't know. Well, I kind of guessed that it might happen. So, but I just went along with it anyway because I needed a solution to satisfy my own eyes. And this can happen to some of us sometimes, you know. So drawing with a pen is a task in and of itself, and requires a lot of focus and attention from the person that's drawing, but you can still make mistakes, and I made some mistakes. But then I tried to correct those mistakes using a whiteout, which was the worst thing I could possibly do. But if anybody in the comment section has a suggestion of what else I could possibly use, I'll be talking about having minimal options here. Now, I don't have like an ink eraser, or this is not an erasable ink pen. But if you think there are other options, or there's something else I could have done to get rid of the mistakes that I made with the pen instead of using or trying to use the whiteout to do it, then please feel free, leave a comment in the comment section at the bottom of this video, and I will definitely get my hands on whatever material you suggested or whatever tool you suggested, or I'll just try to pay more attention next time. Alright, so back to the art making, what's happening here with the artwork. So it's kind of starting to look like what they call it, a mandala, I believe, because of the kind of pattern that's happening in the outer circle. Yeah, it's starting to look like that. And to be honest, I'm actually really fascinated by those. The detail that persons who make them go, like, it's just so breathtaking, to be honest. It's really amazing to see the details that persons create in order to come up with these beautiful patterns for the mandalas. So I guess my interest in patterns and my interest in what I'm calling details is what probably led me to make this particular decision and try to complete this design with this mandala component. And perhaps if I'm doing any more designs like these, like this one, or any more artworks like this one, I'll probably still go in that same direction there at some point. Anyway, so I've wanted to say this for a while, that coloring with markers, I've never realized just how satisfying it could be. Just seeing how the ink lays itself over the surface that you're coloring. Oh my god, it's one of those weird things that I often, that person, you know, those when you watch those satisfying videos and persons like crunch things or crush things or scrape and cut things, and it just has this kind of satisfying sensation when you watch it. That's how I feel when I see the markers running over the white surface of the paper and changing the color from a whatever kind of nude color that is to the color that's in the marker. It is just so satisfying to see, even more so with the broader part of the marker than it is with the fine part.